Good day, sport lovers all over the world. It is that time again, all sports, when we talk about sport, different kind of sports all over the world. And of course, you are on to us on CTV. That's your favorite online TV channel. My name is Lawal Ajibola Akonji Sahid, aka your Legbashio Sports. And as well, today we bring to you the bumper package that we bring to you. Different kind of things we bring to you today. We will be touching down different aspects of sport today. We will be starting with tennis. Different things happening in the world of tennis, especially the US Open that is very much ongoing at the moment, as well as the world of football. What happens during the weekend, as much as other things that are going to happen in the world of football. And then we will come down to the local, where we shall be talking about some sporting activities that are happening in our local environment and our community around us here. We will be giving you this and more when we come back from this short break. Stay with us, don't go away. Welcome back. Now, at the moment, let's quickly now start with the game of tennis. Now, the last Open of the year is on at the moment. The US Open 2024 is on at the moment. And of course, you know, this US Open, it started yesterday, 26th of August, Monday. That is when it started. And of course, top tennis players are gearing up for the 2024 US Open in Queens, where Novak Djokovic, you know that man, Novak Djokovic, he is the current champion of this very particular competition, US Open. He won it last year. So Novak Djokovic will be defending his title, as well as Jannik Sinner and Iga Swiatek. Iga Swiatek is the #1 female ranked in the entire world. You know, on your screen you will see the picture of Iga Swiatek there. She will be competing in this very, as well as other people will be competing in this very particular competition. The competition is coming up from yesterday, August 26th, and is run for 2 weeks till September 8th this very year. And of course, quickly, let me now move down to it that the competition started yesterday, but by today, we are seeing some heavyweights, some heavy powers are already competing at the moment. Talking about Novak Djokovic, he started his defense of the competition this very day. It started earlier today. Novak Djokovic started his competition. You see Novak Djokovic there jubilating because he won that very particular encounter with his opponent Radu Albot. Radu Albot was ranked 139th in the world, and of course he defeated Radu Albot 6-2, 6-2, 6-4. Of course, Iga Swiatek, the #1 woman in the world, will be competing later today. She will be competing later today, and she will be playing Kamila Rakimova. Yes, from Russia. Kamila Rakimova is ranked 104th in the world, and they will be competing later today. Also, competing later today is world #1. World #1, Jannik Sinner. Jannik Sinner will be competing later today. Jannik Sinner will be competing with Mackenzie McDonald. Later today, Jannik Sinner will be competing today. Talking about Jannik Sinner now, Jannik Sinner. Let's quickly talk about Jannik Sinner now. You see Jannik Sinner on your screen there. The US Open started on a very on a sour note yesterday, when it was revealed that Jannik Sinner has been tested twice for drug. Yes, he has been tested positive twice for banned substances early this year, but he was allowed to continue competing. Now, less than 2 weeks after Sinner's case was made public, the 23-year-old Italians will be competing in the US Open. And of course, the world top ranked player tested positive for low levels of a banned steroid after a physiotherapist used a topical spray to treat a small cut before giving Sinner a massage. According to Sinner, he said because Sinner comes out very early in this argument, and he said it is his physiotherapist that used a spray that contained that very particular steroid to treat a very small wound on his hand. But without washing his hands, he also give him massage. And of course, Sinner, that very particular physiotherapist, and the one of his crew that bought that very drug from Italy and bring it down to the competition. Do not forget, let's quickly remind you that this very particular drug we are talking about is very much common in Italy. It does not need any prescription to buy this drug over the counter, so they just bought it and use it. But then it contains a steroid that is a banned substance in the world of sports, and of course, because of this, he has been under investigation for so long. Ultimately, Sinner was cleared of any fault, although the arbitrator vacated his result at Indian Wells. Indian Wells is one of the 4 opens that took well this year, and they vacated his winnings there, and he was forced to return 325,000 prize money that he won in that very competition. And of course, the revelation about Sinner inspired strong reactions in the world of tennis. There's a lot of people that reacted to it. One of them is what is being said by Denis Shapovalov. Yes, Denis Shapovalov. And I quote, Jennifer Shapovalov said, different rules for different players. Different rules for different players. This means that Denis is trying to refer to the fact that there's a lot of players, when they were tested like this, even only once, they are already banned. They will be announced. But then it seems Jannik is getting preferential treatment in this very particular event. And of course, another person still responds to this. And this also is a very strong response. This man is not even hiding to say it. He said it, and I quote, he said, ridiculous. Whether it was accidental or planned, you get tested twice with banned steroid substance, you should be gone for 2 years. That is said by Nick Kyrgios. Yes, Nick Kyrgios, the Australian who was the 2022 runner-up at Wimbledon. Yes, that is what he said. Is the reaction towards Jannik in this very event is not positive. And of course, when others are saying this, others are still saying that, well, congratulations, you are safe this time around. Be careful with what you do. And of course, Jannik himself, in one of his interviews, says after the event, after the announcement, says that now he knows who his friends are and he knows who people he have to avoid are. Because at the moment, he's seeing different reactions, and he said he's not concerned about people's reaction. He's just facing his game, and he's going to play his game. So Jannik will be playing his first game today against Radu, and he will be playing later today in the US Open in New York City. I will come back after this tennis news to give you a report on the sporting event over the weekend that is talking about football. Sit back, don't go away. I will be right back. Welcome back, my people. If you are just joining us, you are still on to us on Us Sport. We are here live on CTV, your #1 online TV channel. I'm still your host at the moment in this very show, Lawal Ajibola Konjisa Hid, your Legbashel Sport. And let's quickly now move down to the world of football, that beautiful game that we all love to play, we all love to watch. Every other place, you see people, young, old, female, male, all of us troop down. If you're not watching at home, you are going to a viewing center to watch it. Any other place that you are, even on your phone, inside your car, on the road, people watch football every place. And of course, the European season is on at the moment, and action at the weekend was very hot. Of course, the action at the weekend, over the weekend, was very hot. Let me quickly say to you that let's quickly go down to Premier League. Yes, to the Premier League at the moment. When we go down to the Premier League at the moment, we will see the game at the Premier League is looking so beautiful that it's not something that we will all want to look upside down on. At the moment, over the weekend, Chelsea Football Chelsea Football Club play 6-2. At the point now, Chelsea is looking as if they are scoring all their goals. All the goals they are supposed to score over the entire league season, they are scoring it just once at the moment, and it's looking somehow at the moment that Chelsea is doing this, because the Chelsea we all know, we all believe that Chelsea is not going to do very well at the moment, but then Chelsea is doing fantastically well, and we all know that Chelsea is a club to watch out for at the moment. When we are going to on about this, we will quickly go to the table at the moment for Premiership, and of course the table for Premiership is looking beautiful again, because Manchester City won their own game over the weekend also, and Manchester City are topping the league by 6 points at the moment. They have 5 goal difference. Brighton is still there. They won their own second game at the moment in the week 2. They are on topping with 6 points also, with 2 games at hand, and they have 4 goals there. Arsenal is in top place with 6 points also 4 goals, while you have Liverpool 6 points as 4 goals. These are the top 4 at the moment. If the league ends like this, these four teams will be going to the Champions League. At the bottom 4 at the moment, the 4 at the bottom are now Crystal Palace there. They played 2 games, they lost their 2 games, and they are 0 minus 3 goals. Ipswich Town, that team that just graduated to the Premiership, they played their own 3 games. They played 2 games rather. They've lost the 2 games. Now they've conceded 5 goals without returning, and of course 5 goals. They are deficit of 5 goals. Now Wolves have played 2 games. They are deficit of 6 goals. They have not won anything, and of course Everton also has lost his 2 games with 7 goals deficit and nothing to show for it. At the moment, this is what the table looks like in the Premiership, in the Premier League at the moment. Quickly, let's go to other league as we see them at the moment. Let's go to other league as we see them at the moment. Quickly, let's go down to the Serie A. Let's go down to the Serie A. Yes, let me quickly go down to the Serie A and give it to you in Serie A as it's happening in the world of football at the moment. In Serie A, over the weekend, a lot of action takes place, and of course the action takes place over the weekend and spill over up to yesterday, Monday, the 26th, where Juventus was able to beat their opponent for goals to 1. And of course, you can see it there. Serie A, Parma beat AC Milan at home 2 goals to 1. That's a surprise win. By the way, everyone will know that Parma beat AC Milan 2 goals to 1. Udinese beat Lazio. Of course, that too is something that surprised people. But then there's no surprise in football. It's after 90 minutes that you have to judge yourself. So Udinese beat Lazio 2 goals to 1. Inter was able to defeat Leeds 2 goals to 0. Monza, they they lost to Genoa at home 0-1. Fiorentina drew 2-2 with Venezia. Torino 2-1 with Atalanta. They beat Atalanta on their home ground 2 goals to 1. While Napoli was able to redeem themselves. They lost their first match, but this time around they were able to win this match with Bologna 3 goals to 0. And Roma lost at home to Empoli. Roma lost at home to Empoli 2 goals to 1. At the moment, the table, the Serie A table is looking fresh also at the moment. The Serie A table is looking fresh at the moment. Quickly, I will quickly go down to the powerhouse to quickly look at 1 or 2 things as we discuss further in the world of football. Stay tuned. I will be right back. Welcome back. Now, quickly, let's quickly go down to Serie A. We are talking about the table in Serie A, and the table in Serie A is looking very fresh, as I said, at the moment, because Juventus won their game yesterday. Juventus is leading that table by 6 points. They won their 2 games. Inter 4 points. They won 1. They drew 1. And of course, Torino too, 4 points. They won 1. They lose 1. But they are behind. They are behind Inter in goal deficit by 1 goal deficit. And of course, Genoa, they win 1. They drew 1, and they are 4 points. Also, these are the top 4 at the moment in the Serie A. The bottom 4 at the moment, you check, as you're checking the table on your screen there, you see that Venezia is at 1 point. They drew 1 game. Their first game, their second game, yes, this very particular game over the weekend, they drew that game, and they are already in 1 point. Bologna 1 point, Como 1 point, and Lecce is the least on the table. Yeah, because they have no points after losing the 2 of their game. Let's quickly move on from this very one and go to La Liga. Yes, let's go to La Liga. In La Liga at the moment, it's looking over the weekend. We see a lot of action happen over the weekend. You will see over there on your screen that Osasuna was able to beat Malaga 1-0. Barcelona 2-1. They beat Athletic Club. That's your Bilbao. For those one who don't know who Athletic Club is, Espanyol lost to Real Sociedad at home 1-0. Getafe drew Rayo Vallecano 0-0. 3-0. Real Madrid was able to show who is the leader, who is the boss over Real Valladolid over the weekend. Leganés and Las Palmas. Leganés were defeated Las Palmas 2-1, and I have Deportivo Alaves. Deportivo Alaves was able to draw Real Betis 2-1. Also, Deportivo Alaves, 0-0, and Atletico Madrid beat Girona 3-0. In the table for this very particular people, yes, the table for this very particular people is looking like this. At the top points at the moment now, you will see Villarreal on top now. After 3 games, they have 7 points. They won 2, they drew 1, 7 points at the moment. Celta Vigo, they have 6 points. They only won 2. They've lost 1 of their games. Barcelona with 6 points. They won 2. They've lost 1 of their games. And of course, Atletico Madrid, they won 1. They drew 1. They lose 1. These are the top 4 that are on the table at the moment. The bottom 4 at the moment, of course, is that team, Deportivo Alaves, only 1 point. They drew only 1 out of the 3. They've lost 2. Girona, they drew only 1. They've lost 2. Espanyol, they lost the 3. And Valencia, they've lost the 3 of their games over. That is what is happening in La Liga at the moment. From La Liga now, we will be moving over to other sports and other events. We will be coming local to our local places at this moment. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to sit down with me and relax, because I'm not going anywhere. I'm still here with you. Yes, over the weekend at the Ademasule Foundation. Over the weekend, we are live at Diamond Estate phase 1 and 2 for the community games again. Of course, you know, sometimes ago, 2 weeks ago, we are at Diamond Estate phase 3. Now we are phase 1 and 2, and of course, it's another fun filled day over there. Over the weekend also, we also witnessed that game that I introduced to you sometimes ago, talking about Peace Cup. The final of Peace Cup comes up, and there's a lot of dignitaries that witnessed that very particular event, where Trinidad FC was able to defeat their opponent in the person of FC Atletico. They defeated them by penalty shootout. They defeated them by penalty shootout 4-1. After they ended that game 2-2 draw, they defeated them by penalty shootout. A lot of dignitaries were there talking about the vice chairman of the Football Association in Lagos State. You see board members of Football Association in Lagos State, and a lot of dignitaries present at that very particular event. Now, let me now come down home to our home particular game. Ademasule Foundation, the host, the sponsors of this very program, are at it again, the 11th edition of the Ademasule Foundation football competition. Now, this year, as I told you before, if you don't hear before, you are hearing it now. Ademasule Foundation, we play under 15, under 17, free age. These very particular 3 categories, they will play unless they are trying or they want to play other games like some novelty games, like they just want to entertain people like the preseason matches and the likes. But then the game will be starting on Thursday 29th at the Amasule Foundation 11th edition of the football competition. It's not easy to start something from season 1, 2, 3 up to 11, the 11th year. So kudos to Adamasule Foundation. We are at it again, and the 11th edition, we shall be starting this by Thursday, this very Thursday coming, the 29th of August 2024. Pardon me, I'm going back, 2024. So anywhere you are, if you still need things about this, you still need more to know more about this very particular game, you can contact us in the studio here, or you can contact the coordinator of Adamasule Foundation football competition in the person of Mr. Muri Olaleye. They will give you guidelines as to how to sponsor or how to be part of that very particular event. On this very particular note, I will say thank you for staying with me today in the powerhouse here. My entire crew and myself, from my DOP, Mr. Nuruddin, to a lot of people behind the scene, are saying thank you very much for joining us on this very particular event. We will be seeing you next time that we are here. Until then, we say, when you are driving, please don't drink. And when you are drinking, please don't drive. Stay safe. God bless.